Clementina Kabudha here.
Yeah.
And Christine Koku will be joining us later on. She's already in studio, but she'll be joining us later. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Good morning.
Niko salama?
Kabisa.
Hi. Now, you see this show, I'm trying to take a look at this synopsis. It challenges the conventional belief that men prioritize physical beauty over personality. First of all, you see, that is what caught my eye. Because right now, hata si kitambo jana, I was taking a look, I was scrolling on TikTok rather, and I was taking a look at, wasichana wana complain that sasa hivi there's so much colorism, and it's coming from the men. Yes, it's coming from the men. If you're talking about colorism, that already is physical appearance, you see? And then you see when men don't feel like a lady meets their beauty standards, at one point you're subjected to bullying. So I'm trying to really think how this show is trying to address that. But first of all, let's take a look at that trailer. Nairobi show, Nairobi Bachelor.
Inside this house, for a Nairobi Bachelor, lies the woman of his dreams.
Are you ready to elevate your business game?
As long as you're earning something, there's always that opportunity to save. And you start with where you are.
Kama wewe ni mfanyabiashara, huwezi kaa bure, unajipanga taratibu vile inavyofaa.
Join us each week as we dive into the stories of the world's most driven entrepreneurs.
When you pay attention to detail, you get luxury items.
The Grind, where business meets brilliance. Tune in every Monday at 7:30 p.m. because your business deserves the best.
Hey there, friends. Welcome to
The physical beauty. And then when you see the physical beauty, sasa nakuuliza haya. Sasa umesikia udem akona akili ama udem ni danda, and then after that umesikia sasa na umesikia sauti yake inatoa nyoka pangoni. Je, venye yuko? Because you'll get men say mimi I'll die for nyash. Mwingine yuko like mimi nakwambia tu the boobies uko like okay, sawa. Na sasa wenye hawana boobies na wana nyasha nenda wapi? So that's why we decided to just do the reverse first, to see how many people will stick to their choices later.
Is it working?
Actually it did, because we have couples who are together right now because of the show. Yes.
Amazing. And Koku is also here to talk chukua baadaye. But you see, Ceci, I want to come to you at this particular point. This show is fresh. It's got drama, it's got romance, and real conversations about dating. What inspired you to create this? Because you're the creator and you're the director of this show.
Why would you do that?
How far you have to be ready?
Sorry.
Yeah, the inspiration is quite personal for me.
Yeah.
Because it had come after a negative dating experience. And so I started thinking, if I known these bad traits about this person, would I have chosen them?
Yeah.
And then my answer was like, I don't see it happening. And so when I was, like these ideas usually come, kimaksudi tu, yani unaweza kufikiria so kuna mwanaume anaweza chagua tu mwanamke tu kumsikia sauti.
Yeah.
Kuna mwanaume anaweza chagua mwanamke and then I started writing, and then it flowed too evil, and then I was like, it was just a bunch of questions that I was trying to answer, and I was like, if men and women truly came forward with all their baggage and said, sisi ndo mimi hivi, niko mfupi, niko mnono, niko unanitaka. And then I said, nakutaka, haya sawa. So hiyo tushakatiki hivyo imeenda, Kimyangu usiku naamka asubuhi sijui nini vitu kama hivyo. Do you still want me? It's like, and then like if we had those real conversations, would we still pick our partner? And that was the premise of the show, essentially. Yeah.
But at the show, you're very big on people choosing each other despite somebody coming in with this baggage that they are. But you see, we're also in an era where we've normalized that usimwambie kila kitu or else they'll use it against you.
And you see, that's the reason why, like, our relationship these days, actually, I was dating someone for a month. Excuse me? What's the definition of dating in this case? I was seeing him periodically for a month. Because that's actually wendi mwezi moja, unaona? As in, those are the reasons why, like, our dating experience right now is so superficial, I think.
Coco, good morning.
Morning.
You see, you're the host of this whole show, you and Daddy. Of course, so how, Daddy Mato?
No.
All right, you and Daddy Mato, okay? So how are you trying to also bring in the fact that you guys are married and also trying to also bring in the juice that this is how it works. This is that it worked for us. And I've also seen instances where you've eliminated nimesikia hapo kwa trailer, you are now eliminated. We'll get to that to commercial. But how are you bringing you the juice that now the hosts are married, you've gone through life, you have your own family? How are you doing it?
Well, it's interesting to juxtaposition the different personalities and how you realize love is really subjective. Because it's also interesting in the same breath. There are people who stick to their guns. They're like, "Mimi siwezi date mtu mfupi." And it's true. After kusikiza the sauti, then they meet the person like, "I'm not interested." No, it's okay. They even eliminate themselves and they're like, "No, I'm not doing this." It's really interesting to see that. And also, on the flip side, people are like, "Okay, he's not usually my type." But based on our conversation of what I had, we can actually try and do this. So we bring in our, you know what, these guys don't really know Kombelani in our Ngoja. Let's see if they go beyond the superficial level of looks, traits, money, we are Wambaba.
Mwanza Koku was putting it on the table and breaking it down and said, "But you've said, are you sure?" But you know what means.
Kukula likuwa neka chumvi. Anapinya hadi kwa like.
I want to come to that. We are Wambaba. Do you also bring Wambabas on set for these ones who want Wambabas?
Okay. This we had a limit because we wanted to look at for women, you know, we were looking at 22 to 33. And then for men, we were looking at 25 to 35. Because we wanted that age where watu are like, hey, maze, Mimi, I just need to settle down. It's about time. And now that are the people that we were looking for. Man, you know,
so wengine.
Yeah, because on a serious note, most people utapata, most people above 35 are already settled down. You don't want to bring someone and then mtu ameoa. What will you tell the wife?
Tetajiona kwa TV too.
And then the scandal. Can you imagine the scandal that comes with that? Sema tu kweli, I was not ready for that scandal. Let me just say about myself.
Now, Sissy, you see, kwanza wewe, I want to quote you somewhere. And of course, this is also in that synopsis. You're saying Nairobi's dating scene is a dirty place to be. But why is it that Nairobi is always on the spot? What are other counties doing that Nairobi men are doing differently? Because it's about Nairobi men. Why not Nairobi women?
I mean, I feel like it's because Nairobi is generally a metropolitan, so you're getting a mass of everybody. I feel like if I was to live in Nakuru, I'd probably do a Nakuru show. If I was to live in Kisumu, it would be about Kisumu men. But also, I feel like different counties, because of their lack of resources, or, you know, people are not as many as Nairobi and as, you know, different as Nairobi, it might be a little less chaotic. Nairobi unajua unapatiwa option kuanzia asubuhi ukiamka hivi, ukienda kulala ushajua. Na walikuwa kadhaa, si ati option ni mmoja peke yake, unaona? So yeah, so then it becomes very dynamic, very, you know, complicated almost to really find someone.
I hope Nairobi men are listening. So, umesema there are red flags. In your synopsis, there's that?
Red flags.
Of
course, kuna red flag. Lakini unajua, ni jana nilikuwa naambia hizo red flags zinakaa vizuri vizuri, zakaa pink yani. Zinakuita tu. Zinakuita tu. Unaona red, lakini inakaa pink, si ndio? Yeah. So, but you see, it's also because like it's such a big city. We have everybody there. So, hiyo mchanganyiko hiyo hata ujui nani mwenye unakutana naye.
Hi, cook. Now you see, tena, there's this thing where I don't want to profile them, but unapata mtu anasema ni Mkisii, siwezi, you know. Now that wanasikiza sauti huku nyuma, intelligence and just the voice, akuja hapo nje apate, au ni Mkisii, sitaki. As much as amemimpress, akuna qualities nzuri zile anataka, but for example, la kwetu, Mkisii, sitaki. Have you experienced that on set?
There was the issue of the Luo guy and the stereotype about how they easily spend on their girlfriends and everything, and even I think she was almost querying him, sort of try to get behind the scenes. Does this guy like chomoa money? Like, is he going to spend that money on me? So you definitely see these undertones of the normal Nairobi relationship and dating scenes, but it wasn't that pronounced of tribal lines that sit a date Mkisii, must a date Neo. It was more of like, so stereotypes here. Luo men, they spend on their chicks. How are you going to be, you know, towards me?
So is the tribal lines need to propaganda social media?
Oh, and then another thing that we did not give out the names of the bachelors and queens until when they were dating. They went on a date. So unless sasa ukiangalia mtu physically tuko like, this guy looks like a Luo or this guy looks like. Apart from that, nothing else we'll give out.
Right. Now, you are the producer of this reality show, Clem. As the producer, what is it like turning this concept now into a full-blown reality show?
Mtokanze kulilia jamani.
Okay. On a serious note, hey, let me just say the truth. I was prepared, but whatever came was like, viboko tu. Unaamka uko like, today is another day. Tomorrow is another day. But generally, it was a very good experience because you get to know, with reality, whatever you arrange, you plan, won't necessarily be your plan because you have a 100% plan. As a producer, you have to mitigate any issue that can come. Make sure you can mitigate that. So sometimes you find yourself in a situation like, I did not see this coming. But since it's already here, what I can do is deal with it because we can't stop the show. Like we had a problem of, because we were working with real people. Hey, you tell them, so call time is 6. Mtu anakuja saa 2. Mshaenda set. Saa zingine you have to wait for them. Like my crew shamka, wameka, washakunywa chai, wako like, okay. So now where are you cast? Wako like, that's a very good question.
Gen Z syndrome. See, you are working with Gen Z. It's 22s to
millennials. Gen Zs and millennials. So you get, people will say like, so I had to first go to work, tell them that I won't be able to come, then come. Others are like, Missy Jayamka 6, but they have never been to Tao at 6. So I'm usually in Tao at 8. So I'll be in Tao at 8. You're like, hey, now you know I can't fire you. What am I going to do? So those are one of the issues. So unajua, you'll begin at 7 and then you wrap up at 7. Mnaanzia saa 8. So meaning mta wrap up saa ngapi? Saa 8. So we were zombies on set. And then because you can't be like, no, endeni mlale, hamja maliza. We have a call time. We have a call sheet. Lazima we fulfill the call sheet. And then we also have a schedule. Like we were supposed to shoot for like, I think 24 days. So I had to make sure that 24 days are 24 days. Tukiendelea, hatuna pesa. Ndaibia nani?
Are they paid?
Interesting. Basically, let me say it's a compensation for, and it's an appreciation. Because when they came on set, we did not tell them they will be paid. Tulikuwa tu tunasema kama unatafuta mapenzi, njoo. And then we had a lot of we scrutinized them so much because they had to apply online. Then they had to receive a phone call from the story producers. And then we had to do a physical interview. Now the audition. And then now we bring you on set.
And that brings me to this question now, casting. Because you see, someone must just hear, hii ni casting utakuwa kwa TV, yeah? But how do you look past that, somebody who's looking for fame and somebody who's looking to actually be in this reality TV show and to bring your concept into life the way you want?
The reason why we had to have like the 3-point casting process is so that we can be able to fish out everybody who was looking for fame. We really wanted people who were looking for love. We wanted to have the authentic story brought to life. And therefore, I mean, obviously you can see a poster and any other wannabe actor would want to be part of it, yeah? And then apply up audition in nini. Mara kwanza kupigiwa simu, story producer anaku, you know, anakutafuta hivi, and then they realize, this person X. Huyo kwanza story yake ya kwanza ni tatu azishikani. Huyo anataka tu kuja kulia, aone tu kamera furahi, unaona?
Kujiona kwa TV.
Kabisa. And then so when they come for the physical audition, now that's when they get to meet me and the rest of the team and my director, my co-director as well. That's when we actually get to see, because we're dealing with normal people. When you see a bunch of cameras like this, somebody, cameras, lights, there's makeup, there's everything. It was a fully blown production for the audition. You get a bit scared, you get nervous. So we needed to look at that also, because we need you to perform. We need you to be able to be comfortable, to be able to tell us your story. So by the time unakuja unakaa, kuna mtu alikuja akakaa na akakaa tu hivi. Anaulizwa swali ako anauliza swali nyingine. No, the story producer anakuja no, it's okay, don't worry. Okay, cut guys, cut. We go talk to her again. We talk. She comes back, she sits. We are good. Yeah, let's roll. Slate. We start.
Considering they're not actors in real life.
Exactly, they're real people. So anka chini tena swali ya kwanza. Ya pili, yani anarudia to the same thing. So we knew, I mean, obviously this is reality. You're gonna meet other people, are gonna be crazy, right? So we can't pair you with somebody who's extra. Utakatuni kama you're in your shell. So those are the things that we had to look for, and that's why like the 3-point process of casting was very important.
So Coco, you see, you're the host, and that means you're the link between the audience and these contestants. How do you manage all these emotions and maybe also this inevitable drama that comes with coming up with a reality show?
Well, I'd say getting acquainted with the cast themselves and also the crew. Like, we received a lot of support from these guys and even like telling us about the story behind this particular episode. So you're sort of prepared with how the show is running and flowing, and also like being interested about the process of, okay, let's see how this goes. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see how these two people end up. So it was just immersing myself in the show and just enjoying the ride as it went.
And you see, somebody might be listening to this and they're wondering, it's all about pairing two people together, but how different is it from there was something called Perfect Match Kitambo, where people are brought together to look for love, they eat, nini. So how different is Clem? How different is Nairobi Bachelor from something like Perfect Match? That is just an example. Perfect Match is an example.
Okay. Words like Ceci mentioned, it's about the emotions.
Okay.
Like, we wanted to capture your story. Where were you from before you got here? And do you think this is the right place for you? We were actually looking for real people with their emotions. So, Sasa, tell us about your ex. Hey, mtu ataroroa uko, like, where? I thought I was the one who was going through heartbreak. Now when I listen to you, mimi hata sijakapitia. And then now someone will tell you, this is where I was from, this is where I'm headed, this is what I'm looking for. So with that, you get to understand. Most of this, we got them through the auditions. And then now you get to understand, okay, this person is looking for this. Now, who from our ladies is also looking for the same thing. We were trying as much as possible to pair guys with the same, let me say, we were playing...
playing God.
Yeah. It's a bad word to say, but we were sort of playing God to the perfect match. We know there's no perfect match, but the imperfect imperfect.
Okay.
Yes. So we get to know your attributes, your personality, and your character. With that, we'll get to pair you. So, see, hatukuwa tunaangalia juju. We were looking inside. Now, from the inside, now, that is very different from hizo show zingine kwanza tuanzie mostly physical. Sisi because we did a lot of research from the male figure. And watu walikuwa nasema mimi nikiangalia tu dem nitaangalia haga. Kama ana haga sitamu approach. So tuko like okay. So unaweza like dem kama umesikia tu sauti yake. Like, now that's a difficult one. I don't know how that can work. You were like, so let's work from the reverse. Let's see if you don't know a chick. Because people will be like, atapia intelligence, you know, I'm a sexual. Okay. Then we were like, let's put that to test. Unaona dem amesema tu pass. Ama amejibu maswali questions zingine uko like, okay. Hadi unaanza kujiuliza maswali. And then the guy says, mimi huyo ndio nataka. You're like, And then kwa confessions ametoka kuambia, mimi kama mtu si mwerevu, mimi. And then, akishamchagua uko like, okay. Do you know what you mean?
What you really want?
You know what you told me? Okay, let me not judge. Wacha tu tuone, like every single episode. Let me just tell you, sisi ni crew. I was part of the process of storylining and all that. But whatever happened, I could not have predicted. At the minute, nilikuwa tunakuwa shifted in, like, okay. Now today is another thing. Let's see.
Lakini hapa hakuna gender balance. What's happening?
Kivipi?
Today. It's today. Ni leo tu.
Ungekuja set ungewaona tulikuwa watatu tu.
Like, our male crew was more than our female. And funny thing, by most of the time inakuanga hivyo, I don't know why.
Sasa mmesikia pia nyinyi men mko hapa, you're not excluded. Is it scripted, this reality show wakikuja hapo set?
No.
Actually wanted to jump on the perfect match. There were nothing but imperfect.
I know.
They were like, nothing but imperfect.
You find the imperfect in the perfect.
From the first decision to the last decision, someone was changing like, Eddie, you're like, okay, huyu anajijua, huyu ajijui. Unaona vitu kama hivyo. So it wasn't scripted at all. And then they didn't even know what was going on. The process was this. The man was picked, and we had 3 bachelors, between 2 and 3 bachelors on set at a go, who knew they were coming to pick a lady. Wakichukuliwa wanachukuliwa wakiwa peke yao, unaona? So they don't know, wanajua ni mimi peke yangu, yani I'm the king, you know, even we addressed you as king, all right? And then they go to their caves and they stay there and they do not mingle with anybody else. They have brought food there and so they know I am alone. And they wanasikia wasichana tu wakicheka wanajua kuna ndege huko. So they don't know until now when the whole process begins and they're like, oh wait, so I have to hear first before I pick? I don't understand. But anasikiza sema, okay, this one is smart, this one is not. Then anateremka chini anasema, Martin anasema, first of all, do you like what you see? I said, I like or I don't like. And then now that's where now the whole process of now picking begins. So they really don't know or they don't see each other. They're nothing but imperfect.
Okay. That answers, it's not scripted. Perfect.
So, kuna time the bachelors thought, there's one bachelor during the confession said, I thought it was like, I'll have 100 women. It would be like, pop the balloon. And then now I look at them, you you're like, you guys have an imagination.
The international way, because we've seen where men are aligned and then they pop those balloons. So that's what they thought. But Coco, what is the most dramatic scene you've witnessed on set?
To me, it was more hilarious. There was this bachelor who I think even you can see on the show, we were just dying on set with laughter. He was ridiculous in his demands and he was saying he can't even open a business for her because he was trying to convince her because she had rejected him. And it was hilarious to see him go through leaps and bounds to convince somebody who doesn't want him to date him.
Did he find someone?
No, at the end of the day, he even went back to try and date somebody else.
And still on set?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, on the nest.
I'm telling you, behind the screen.
So as we close, what do you want people to see through Nairobi Bachelor as the creative director? And the, let's say, the mastermind behind Nairobi Bachelor?
I'd like for people to know that love has its own complexities, and you choose what you get, and whatever you choose is what you have.
Yeah.
So you have to get into it with an open mind, but usiangalie tu hivi unaona tu vitu red pink you know.
If they're red.
Yeah, and then also like through the whole process of shooting Nairobi Bachelor, I came to realize that love is quite humble. It's humbling. Yeah, it takes you to bounds that you didn't even think it would take you, because when we were shooting the confessionals, you'd see how a man would break down. A woman would break down, and then you'd see, ay, guy, wait, you guys, this thing is actually serious now.
Yeah.
Now we're becoming serious, you know. So it's the one thing that we're all looking for. We're all seeking the perfect love. It doesn't exist. You make it. And so I'd want for people to have an open mind to it, and not to, you know, mchezo to Nairobi.
Ceci, you said in your statement, 4 years you were out of the dating scene. Are you now in the dating scene? So you're also looking for the perfect one in Nairobi Bachelor?
I'm working on a perfect one, all right?
Koku, what's your parting shot?
I just say, I think we need to start realizing that love is less about us and more about you getting into the other person's world and seeing their perspective. It is very selfless. And the problem, we approach it from a selfish point of view, like what can I gain out of this? The day I think we start realizing that love is more about serving than what I can get out of it, is when maybe our dating scene will revolutionize. I guess until then
we are doing badly.
Claire. Oh, well, wamesema vitu mzuri mimi now, what do I say about the show, or do I say about love?
Now, let me just give you a question to help you process your thoughts. And you see, in your statement, you say that you hope that viewers walk away with the realization that love is not about perfection, but about embracing the complexity of another person, while also being courageous enough to reveal your own. And you see, we've normalized so much, You people are very ambitious with this. So do you see it going somewhere? And what is the future of Nairobi Bachelor?
The future of Nairobi Bachelor, we are hoping to season 80.
Right now you are at season
1.
All right.
So we are at season 1. We are hoping to get at season 80. Because one thing I realized, love is different in the way we show love in Nairobi. Is not the way. There's some aspects of it, we'll find it somewhere else, but still there are different aspects. In Kisumu, the love language is very different. In Mombasa, the love language is different. We as Nairobi Bachelors would like to show people how Mombasa love looks like, how Kisumu love looks like, how maybe Kampala love looks like. Because I can talk about Nairobi. I'm used to Nairobi. Unajua, like, first thing, we usually share surface level love before it gets deep. And you don't know when you're getting deep. And you don't know when actually someone is being themselves. So we want to see if other places it's still the same way, it's different. Because I was, during our research, I saw in Mombasa, they'll consider love very different from how we look at love. I love to know how their perspective of love looks like.
Okay, so where can we watch Nairobi Bachelor?
It's streaming currently on Showmax. We're going to be dropping another episode today. Yes.
Every Friday?
Every Friday, yes. And the reason why you should come and watch it is because there's a likelihood that you're going to see yourself, your sister, your mother, your brother, and your father in it. In terms of the stories that are on Nairobi Bachelor. So right now, ukifungua Showmax, utapata the new episode, and then now you can start streaming from the episode 1 all the way.
All right, thank you so much, ladies. It has been a very wonderful show time having you here. So asanteni sana for making time for Morning Cafe. That is Clementina Kabutha, producer of the Nairobi Bachelor. We have Christine Koku, the host of this reality show, and Ceci Mary Wanza, creator and director of Nairobi Bachelor. And this show challenges the conventional belief that men prioritize physical beauty over personality, highlighting that true love runs deeper than just appearances. We're taking a very short break at this point. Feel Good Friday is still on, so stay with Morning Cafe.